Let's bring in ABC's chief Washington correspondent, Jonathan Karl, who will be hosting This Week later on this morning. John, good morning. Always great to have you. So let's start here at home, and DOGE making its way through the government. Thousands of federal workers, as we noted there, being fired. President Trump insists he's fulfilling a campaign promise. But how deep are these cuts likely to go?
Look, both Elon Musk and Donald Trump have made it clear this is just the beginning. I think there will be further deep cuts. We're seeing most recently this week things like the Department of Veterans Affairs, the FAA. Significant cuts that you would have thought in agencies that would be hard to make cuts. But they're making it clear that they're talking about a serious downsizing of the federal government. Whit, I think the answer to your question about how far they will go will largely be determined by the courts. Will the courts ultimately end up blocking any of these efforts to dismantle entire federal agencies?
Well, we will stand by for more news on that. In the meantime, plenty of international headlines as well, John. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Israel amid uncertainty over that ceasefire. President Trump's phone call with Vladimir Putin, the future of Ukraine, all of it a major part of this administration right now and what they're discussing. Are we seeing a dramatic shift in American foreign policy now?
Oh, we sure are. I mean, just look at what we saw this week with the Vice President, J.D. Vance, going to Munich to that Security Council, which is where over the last 3 years we have seen U.S. officials go to stand for Ukraine, to insist that the Western world, led by the United States, would defend Ukraine against Russian aggression. Vance gave a major speech there. He did not even mention the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and he said that the biggest threat to stability in the region is not Russia, it's not China, it's actually European governments who are sidelining right-wing movements in their countries. So a dramatic change, and this meeting that we're going to see next week in Saudi Arabia, the beginning perhaps of a peace process, it includes the Americans, it includes the Russians, it's hosted by the Saudis, but Whit, no inclusion from anybody from the Ukraine side.
Yeah, we heard Zelensky not too thrilled about that part of it either.
Yeah.
John Karl for us, as always. We appreciate it. And stay tuned to This Week. John speaks with Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin to discuss President Trump's push to end the war in Ukraine and how Trump's allies are reshaping the federal government. Plus, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries on how Democrats are pushing back.